folks, we're back at it again. It's summertime, and usually in summertime it's kind of the downtime for a lot of your fishing and your tournaments. So this is the time we use to kind of add new tricks to our game or improve things. And this summer we're going to be adding boat brakes to the boat. And by boat brakes, we're not going to be putting power poles. We're going to be putting 2 trolling motors on the back. And to me, I think that's going to give us an advantage over power poles, because it's going to allow you to pull the boat backwards. You know, with power poles, they basically, you know, if you're shallow enough water, you can anchor the boat. But most of the time we're in deeper water, then that's going to work. So basically all they're doing is slowing you down. With putting 2 trolling motors in the back, it's going to allow you to back up. It works in windy days and even in calm days where you're just there and the fish gets a little too close. You want to back up. With a LiveScope at its tallest, you know, they know that boat is there. They know your trolling motor. They can hear you walking, talking, all that other good stuff. And keeping a distance from them helps to catch them. It's just like hunting an old turkey or a deer. You know, when they know you're there, it's a whole lot harder to get them than when they don't know that you're there. So keeping the distance from them is going to help you catch more fish, especially the bigger fish. So anyway, that's why we're going to be putting the trolling motors in the back. We've got, I'm going to show you before and after, so stay with us. But this is raw. This is how it comes before the motor. But we've got some brackets made. We're going to attach them to the jack plate here. Brackets are going to come over. We're going to attach our trolling motor. We've just got 2 simple, cheap Endura 30-pound thrust trolling motors. Just mount on the back of like a regular John boat or something. That's what we're going to mount onto the brackets. I'm going to show you how we rig it up. It's pretty simple, fairly cost-effective way to do it, and I hope my idea works. So we're going to put it to use though, if you'll hang with us. But we're going to mount them on the back. We're going to be running our wires up through the holes of the boat, and this is going to be my on-off switch. It's simply a foot-controlled on-off switch. It's going to be mounted to the floor. Press on it for on, let off for off. Very simple. Got my spool of wire that won't be running up to the side. That's probably going to be the most complicated part of the whole process. Number 1 was getting the brackets made, and number 2 will be running these wires. And anyways, stay tuned with us, check it out, and we're going to see how it turns out. Alright folks, as promised, I'm going to do a little video on our boat brakes we made. We had a custom bracket made, painted red to match. We got our motors. If you'll pan the camera, you can see our second one over there. We had a heck of a time running our wires, but we finally got it. Got our wires here, and we run them up. We got 2 switches at the front of the boat, 1 for each motor. And come here, I'll show you the switches. So just a simple. It's a TH Marine Surefoot trolling motor control switch. It's just on and off. That's all it is. You can still set your speeds here depending on weather conditions. That's just on and off up front. I'll show you how I mounted it, and we'll get on the water and show you how it works. Just showing the switches up here. That's it. Alright folks, this is where I mounted my 2 switches. We got a left and a right. And anyways, we'll get on the water and we'll show you what we're doing here with them. Alright, we're out here on the water, do a little demonstration for you. See our 2 trolling motors we got on here. To deploy them, this is your basic, just Minn Kota 30-pound thrust Endura. We went real cheap, didn't want to spend a lot of money in it. We just basically wanted something to stop us and reverse us when we needed to. That's why I went with the trolling motors instead of the paddles, was I wanted to be able to reverse us. But anyways, just gonna loosen it up, flip it up, and she's in. Alright, we don't have a power setting up there. It's just on and off. So you want to go ahead and set it whatever you want. We set it in high reverse. Do the same thing with this one. Loosen our lock knob. Release the motor. Make sure you got enough cable. And she's in. We'll turn it the same way. Okay. Now you're like, okay, it can move. You want to lock your knob back down. Simply tighten it. Now it can't move, it's locked into position. If you're noticed, I've got them turned at an angle. Lock it down. They're turned at an angle. This way when you stop, if you hit both buttons, it'll pull you straight back. If you hit one, it'll turn you this way. If you hit the other one, it'll turn you this way. There's a reason, a method to the madness, if you will. All right, let's see if we can find a fish and see how it works. Folks, we got a double whammy now.
There we go.
Look at here. Listen, folks, I just dropped it in the water and this thing bit. I know it's tiny, but some days are just like that. It's been hot. I've been out here messing, trying to run these wires in this thing for hours. I think Ranger could have put a little bit better tube down the side of the boat to get them wires through, but it is what it is. We had to do one at the time, so it took a little bit. But anyways, we got them on there now. And we're also just got the LvS34 on here on the trolling motor as well. So it's just a fun day of trying out new stuff here. This is what we do in the summertime. We try to upgrade, step our game up. And anyways, that's what we've done this summer. We got brakes on and we got a new transducer. Let's see if we like them or not. I'm gonna tell you something right now. First impressions on the LvS34. I've heard people say that ain't much difference, da da da. No sir, no sir. This is nice right here. This is nice. Detail, clarity. All I did was plug it in to where the other one was. This is very nice, very nice. Y'all signed up when I see this transducer. But man, I'll tell you what, it's so pretty. Y'all didn't sign on to see the transducer. Sign on there to see the brakes. But I mean, you can count these fish. My cameraman will come up here and shine on the screen. I'll show you what I'm looking at here with this LvS34. Get so you can look at the screen really good. You see all the fish there? You see what we're looking at. Now this is, I have not adjusted the settings. This is 100% how it was with the 32. You can see the bait falling there. Yeah, I know, buddy. It's rod and the camera's in the way, aren't they? But you see him looking at it. See him? Now, folks, people say this is cheating. It is not cheating. You still have to catch those fish. Let's see here. But it is a really good tool for precision. Okay, so you can see them. See, I ain't got a whole lot of clutter. We're gonna play with this more, but what we did was we come out here to show the brakes off, not the LvS34. I just got excited when I turned it on. It's crazy as high as gas is, how many people are still on the water. Got that one line right there. I don't know what that is. That's the only type of interference or static I have seen with this transducer. There's a better one down there deep. I'm off him though. Let's see. These fish are stubborn today. My goal is I'm trying to get too close. And I'm going to back up, show y'all backing up. bear with us. Good. That's a dang hammer right there now. Take my custom hand tied marabou jig out of his mouth. That's a pretty fish for the summertime now, folks. That's what I caught him on southern crappie bra. It's a hammer right there. I'd say the LvS34 is it's doing its thing. Boat brakes, new prototype rod. Maybe I need to buy some new clothes now, you know. Alright, you see how we've drifted so close? Most of the time in the summertime, or anytime they're spooky, when you get on close of them, they're like a big buck or a turkey. When they sense your presence, they're a whole lot harder to get. So before I would get this close, I would hit my brakes down here. Simply. Let's see what happens. See, it's backing up. And you can see them backing up. I would say that's a success, folks. That was two 30-pound thrust Minn Kota Enduras, and that's on their high setting in reverse. Is what that was, and I just hit it for just a few seconds, and it did a great job. Dead quiet. We didn't even know, didn't hear them one bit. And they're, like I said, they're angled. They're actually facing towards the center of the boat. So if you just want to hit one, it would turn the front of the boat this way or turn it that way. Anyway, that's our brakes. It was a success. I'm excited about them. I believe it's going to prove to be a handy tool at times. It wasn't that hard. Like I said, I had my brackets made. They're actually screwed into my jack plate, so I didn't have to screw into any other parts of my fiberglass there. And then the trolling motors are just bolted to those. Run my wires up the side of the boat. You put the positive on the trolling motor battery. I have a 24-volt system here, so I already had two batteries. I got one on one battery, one on the other. For those motors though, this is 24 volts, those are just 12, so I just put one on each battery. Put the positive on the positive. I run the negative up here, connected to this switch, and then run it back there and put on the negative on the battery, and that's how that works. But pretty simple setup. It's not that expensive. Try to be cost effective. But alright, folks, hope y'all get out here and have a good time this summer. If you got any questions or comments there about our boat brakes, or even the LvS34, our new southern crappie rod, Kevin's custom crappie catchers, whatever, feel free to message us, holler at us, whatever you need to do. But we just out here having a good time, hoping you can have an even better time. Alright, folks, hope you enjoyed our little video today. Showed you our brakes, that they work, a little bit of how we wired them up. Simple enough that about anybody can put them on, no matter what kind of boat you have. I mean, you know, from a 14-foot John boat to a 21-foot Ranger, you know, they work, and it's a real cheap way to get in and do it, but still very effective. If you like what we're showing you, remember to like and subscribe. It helps us, and it's a great way to support the channel that doesn't cost you anything. I understand that you have to log in to be able to like and subscribe, but you know, a minute of your time versus, you know, the time that we put forth to put these videos together, I think is a fair trade-off, and we really appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.